मैडम थोड़ा पीछे अरे एक मिनट अनुष्का मैम इधर आपके लेफ्ट में मैम इधर अनुष्का मैम यहाँ पे अनुष्का मैम इधर जाता भाई पीछे चलो ना लेफ्ट पे मैम बोलो मैम यहाँ पे मैम अनुष्का जी यहाँ पे अनुष्का यो अनुष्का सेंटर बोलो कसं घेऊ तुला कसं देऊ अनुष्का मैम हियर प्लीज अनुष्का मैम हियर ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज हियर मैम हियर मैम लेफ्ट पे मैम अनुष्का मैम बोलो अनुष्का मैम सोलो हो गया चलो सोलो नहीं मिला कौन बोल रहा नहीं चाहिए अनुष्का सोलो मैम सोलो नहीं मिला मैम आसिम वेट करना पड़ेगा मैम ये अनुष्का मैम चलो थैंक यू
Okay, how are we all feeling? Did we get packed outside? Okay, we're going to keep it nice and easy. We're going to start off nice and easy. I want to know from the four of you, in fact, what is your memory of a very happy meal? It can be centered around a person. It can be the first memory of a meal. Who wants to go first? I forgot, though I'm sure everybody wants to go first. But I think for me, every meal, happy meal, which is for me, I love a big aloo sabzi made like Chettinad style with the ragi roti. I probably eat it every week. I think it's comfort food for me as well. Anything that my mom has made when we were growing up. Well, I must address this. We've eaten a lot in each other's homes actually, me and Sneha, because we went to the same college. So a lot of the things your mom made, but let me what else coming up, guys? You're underrated. But I think one thing that I always go back to, even now, when I'm not feeling great, and it's instant pick me up, is dal, chawal, and sukhi aloo ki sabzi. It's like a one plate right now. Love it. Do you have a happy meal?
Yeah, I do. It's actually very similar. My mom is Kannadiga, so we have something called Annasadu Postpalia, which is dal, a version of rasam with dal in it, and then a cabbage sabzi. So, and we used to always tell my mother that your fingers are yummier because if she mixed it.
It's crazy you say that actually, because very recently we've started having this discussion at home that if we don't make the things our moms did, then we will not be passing down these recipes, sometimes I cook, sometimes my husband cooks, and we really do try to make it the way our moms did, like our memory. I mean, I cheat a little bit, I call my mom also and ask her for recipes. But I think it's so important, because I don't know, it's like you're passing on something to your children, it's it's as important as, I don't know, giving them something from your wedding, according to me, you know, which they will pass on to their kids. So I think it's sweet like that.
Yeah. On that note, I feel like sharing that I'm getting my mom's recipe book digitized, and I just feel like that's the most beautiful way to remember her, just to like digitize the recipes that she passed on to me.
And it's also to remember your own childhood. No?
Yes.
Like I get so specific. Like I'll tell the cook at home, no, you please cut the onions exactly like this. Because for me, I'm trying to recreate a memory. So I want the onions cut like the way my mom does it, with the tomatoes cut exactly like that. So yeah, I think it's nostalgia.
It is. If the turiya's cut long, it just doesn't cut it like when it's gold. You know what I mean? Yeah, but also superfoods, guys. They're really all the rage right now. We've gone from kale to turmeric latte and whatnot. I'm curious to know, what are each of your Instagram algorithms throwing up at you? And is there a fad that you're getting kind of sort of hooked on to with superfoods? What's Instagram showing you, Anushka?
I think generally I like to eat chia seeds because you can do it in so many ways. You can really explore that ingredient. Quinoa is one thing. My baby boy has just started solids, so introducing healthy options like these. At the moment, that's what I'm really invested in as a mom. But yeah, personally, I like eating quinoa, I like eating chia seeds, I like eating foxtail millet. And the region that my mom comes from, which is Garhwal, we eat a lot of millets there. So I think generally also, Badwa and Kodu also we call it, ragi. So yeah, millets.
Decided for the next 50 days, I'm going to make it a point to meditate first thing I wake up. And it's made a huge difference in my life. Anushka, I know that you have dinner very early. We all know that you have dinner very early. Is that something that you still do?
Oh yeah. I think it just started out of convenience because my daughter ate dinner early, so she would eat her dinner by around 5:30. She sleeps early. And I just thought most of the time it was just her and me at home. And I was like, what am I going to do? Might as well just eat now. And I started to see the benefit that came out of it, which was I slept better, I felt fresher in the morning, less brain fog. So yeah, I think that's one thing that I do. It works for me. I'm not just, I didn't read it somewhere and start following it. Like I said, it came out of convenience. Let's just eat together and shut kitchen. And now it's something that the entire family does.
Sometimes kids teach you things without even realizing it, I guess.
I think you should just follow kids' routines. They're doing it right. Sleeping on time, waking up early. It works for everyone.
Yeah, and just be pure. I think that's what you should just follow. But do you have a healthy habit you're proud of?
After you said that, I've been trying to do it. I'm not as good as you, but I would say 4 out of 7 days I eat on time. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I suddenly feel smarter. I feel smarter on the days that I don't do well.
I don't know why I didn't get that benefit. I had that discussion with Masawal, and I'm like, I can only hang out with people who also do the same, and that's very few people. So social life, we can just forget about. Like people invite us to dinner, and I'm like, you probably eating your snack at the time that you're going to be having our dinner. So on some days, obviously, occasionally you have to let it go, otherwise people will hate you. But it really works.
You look like you have some healthy
About routines. At least in our situation, I feel like my kids, they have a lot of changes in their life. We travel a lot. So if I maintain the same routine for them, I'm giving them a sense of, not routine, just also like some sort of control in their own life.
comfort.
Yeah, because no matter where we are, we're eating at that time, they go to bed at a certain time. So I think it really helps them regulate themselves better. So yes, meal times are fixed, and
How would you describe yourself as a mother? Like he mentioned, he got called out for being a helicopter parent. How would you describe yourself?
because, you know, my kids are sleeping at like 7:30 and sleeping dinner early. I don't know, a lot of, like, sometimes the play dates are, you know, not working out because of different schedules. So, you know, some might think that's being kind of strict. But in other ways, I'm like, no, stop and like smell flowers and, you know, just like look at the sky. Like, look out the window, you know. I'm that parent also. So I want them to have like a whole experience of life. And just give them, like I said, I think for me, I feel like the routine is important because we travel so much. Other than that, just I follow my daughter's lead. I feel like kids tell you so much, you know. Even this routine, honestly, she started sleeping at this time when she was a baby, and I just went with it. And kids will give you cues, so I just follow her cues. Like I think they are giving you information all the time. You just have to have that space in your life to be able to accommodate that and kind of, you know, go with it. Sometimes you can't because of, you know, other restrictions. But I've always tried to do that. It works really well for us as a family. But you know, each family is different. All kids are different, and everyone has their own ways to be.
There's such a beautiful mash of everything, and I want to teach my son gratitude. So, any thoughts here?